Hey folks, I'm your host BKP, and we're at Circuit World here in Blue Ridge, Georgia. It's Friday morning, and we are now joined Jessi Barton, Community Relations Director, Cameron Hall, North Georgia Senior Living. Jessi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I want to make a little programming note that the tomorrow will be St. Patrick's Day in LJ, and tomorrow will be the St. Patrick's Day Parade downtown Blue Ridge, and that's where our friends of the Humane Society are right now. They're building their float.
I wondered why they weren't here with the star.
Well, you're the star.
No, they are the star.
All right.
They are the star.
So I just want to give a little note. If you watch on Fridays and you see the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, our pet of the week, you will see pets go to the St. Patrick's Day Parade tomorrow. The Humane Society will have all their pets in the parade. You can see all of them at one time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I like St. Patrick's Day down there. Yeah, down there. I think came up with that.
That is cute.
Okay. So something you do at Cameron Hall quite frequently that I like is you do lunch and learn. And you have a program where you bring in professionals in certain areas, and you do, lunch and learn. And your most recent lunch and learn was about real estate, selling, buying, selling, all the above. So tell us a little. Tell us what happened in this last lunch and learn.
So just a quick recap. And I think people get a little nervous that they don't know what kind of lunch they're going to get at a senior living community. So first I've got to tell you. Wait a
minute. This is a place that can brag about award-winning chili.
That is true. That is true.
No fear in going to a lunch and learn at Cameron Hall.
That is true.
Go ahead.
So we had caprese paninis on grilled focaccia bread. Does that sound right? I'm not a chef.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, and this antipasta pasta salad, and fruit-filled, chocolate-dipped waffle cones.
I'm telling you,
you didn't come.
No, but
you missed it. You missed it.
When you say lunch and learn, this is a great lunch and great information, Cameron Hall. Tell us a little bit about the subject that you guys covered in your last one.
So it was a very casual event this time, a lower crowd, because people get a little nervous talking about selling their home or downsizing, thinking towards the end of life. But there was some good information on what is selling right now. It is a seller's market, apparently. So people, there's low inventory, and there's not a lot of new construction. So there's a lot of custom construction where you individually hire somebody, but as far as new construction that's just going up for sale, there's not a lot happening right now. The most popular price range is around $150 right now, and the most popular type of housing is a one-level ranch, no stairs, that's selling in this area. The second home market
I'm up for the one-level ranch, no stairs.
Yeah.
That's my next move. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's what I'm in, and I'm like, we kind of were smart. I mean, we've got the basement, but we were kind of smart to think, it may not be where we live forever, but it'll be a good reseller if we ever decide to do that.
We talk about some things, and we're talking about downsizing and things like that. And some of the subject matter we discuss, it's sensitive in a way, but it's just the fact, and it's just true. A very dear friend of mine, recently in the last year, and just turned 70. Recently in the last year, one step to the basement in the middle of the night accidentally resulted in the full flight of steps all the way down, and in a cast or in a brace, and a quick rush to the emergency room. So, I mean, stairs. I mean, the reality as you age, navigating stairs, navigating your bathroom, things like that are things you just have to consider in the next move. I'm in the one-level ranch, no steps market soon, and I'm going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not necessarily that you're independently or that you're physically frail.
Right.
It's low light. I mean, I could miss a step, heaven forbid, going down I have a friend that did the same thing. She slipped on her stairs.
But these are the things that at the Lunch and Learn you guys discussed as far as downsizing, going into the next home and things like that.
So you missed, Rick got to be the host the day that I talked about my Corningware collection. And I know you're sitting here thinking, where is this going? So I've started collecting vintage Corningware from like the 70s and 80s. It's great.
You do know for the folks out there, I cannot let this, you do know you post that.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
love it.
you think you're right.
Corningware in action.
Yes. I like it. I love it.
I use it every day.
I'm on there and said, oh no, somebody has some more vintage Corningware. Who would it be?
I love it.
It'd be Jessi.
It is. But one of the places you can find great deals on it and find a lot of it is estate sales.
Yes.
So as part of our downsizing, there are people who help you downsize. So you talked about going and visiting with your mom, and you spent like 4 hours going through photo albums. So while that was a great treat and a great memory for you guys, sometimes families don't want to sit down and take all that time and listen to every story about where this coffee table may have come from and how it's been used. So there are actually people that you can hire. They're called they're called senior move managers. And they belong to the National Association of Senior Move Managers. And these folks are trained to specifically deal with seniors that are downsizing, helping them go through their memories, go through their furniture, pick out their favorite pieces. So if you're looking for that, because it can be an emotional process for not only the parent, but the adult child. So this person is a third party that can come in, and they're going to listen to that story 5 times about, that rocking chair over in the corner. So these are great resources to be able to utilize to kind of minimize the emotions involved with the adult children, maybe starting to get a little tired and starting to create some tension. So that's a great resources, these third-party move managers.
What did you call it? Senior
Move Managers. And you can go on the web to National Association of Senior Move Managers and search for your area, and it's going to pull up some options. Interview them just like you would somebody that you would hire as an employee, because they are technically going to be your employees. They can also handle the estate sales, hence the Corningware connection. Brought that around a little bit.
Well, I want to say this, because I do know out there you have the difficult discussions, and you have mom and dad that don't want to talk about it.
Right.
They don't want to talk about it, I would say last generation, this is close to the last generation, that mom maybe stayed home. Mm-hmm. Okay, mom maybe stayed home. Dad went out to work. I mean, however you receive that, facts are facts. And this is the last generation. Dad don't like to talk about stuff. You're not supposed to talk about stuff. You're not supposed to bring stuff up.
No.
So that is a tough discussion.
Yeah.
And then mom sometimes is left, I don't know how much we really have, or I don't know what we can afford, and I don't know what we can do.
You're exactly right. I am seeing people on a daily basis. Just this week I talked to somebody, and mom was the type. Dad did everything for the family. He took care of the finances. And so this was the family term, is that mom is a little spoiled because dad did everything. She doesn't know what her assets are. She doesn't know, what she can afford on a monthly basis. So it is true. That's just the kind of the reality. So it can be tough. So it does lead to needing to get in there and talk with mom and dad, even having the tough discussions. Because when we were teenagers, they made some tough decisions in our best interest. We may have disagreed with that when we were a teenager, and they're telling us this isn't in your best.
You gingerly, that was you put that so well. You really did, and they did make tough decisions. So, folks, what we're talking about this morning, before we close up our program, because there's one more thing we want to discuss with Jessi while we have her here, but the things we're talking about this morning, those tough decisions, conversations, whether it's downsizing, moving, doing something with all of the assets that the family's had for years, in the house and whatever. Those are tough discussions, but as community relations director at Cameron Hall, that's what Jessi does, okay? So don't hesitate to contact her anytime for any of this downsizing. If it's just a conversation, sometimes we don't want to confuse things. Sometimes we may lead you to think that only if you want to move into Cameron Hall should you contact Jessi. Jessi works with senior living in North Georgia. That's her passion. That's what she does. You call her. It does not have to lead into moving into Cameron Hall.
Absolutely.
You wanted to touch for 2 or 3 minutes here before we close, technology.
Yes. So I want to, and you'll have to, Josh will have to
Wait a
help
minute.
us.
You do understand. I'm sitting in a couch where I got my phone plugged in. I've got my computer. I got USB ports, everything. So
you've even got lights.
Yes, I could turn the lights on.
I mean, sofas aren't just sofas anymore. They're like a little spaceship. We're living in the Jetsons age.
Sofas are not sofas where you just say, "Dad, get up."
Yeah, yeah. This isn't just where Dad
so
sleeps.
what did you want to?
Where
did you want to go with when?
So I'd love to create some kind of questionnaire, a poll, and Josh, we may have to lean to your expertise to figure out how to do this on our Facebook or social media. But what changes have you seen in technology? What is the most amazing changes? Because Brian and I went to a barbecue festival down in Beaufort a couple of weekends ago. And we're walking around.
That would not be me, folks, because, yes, she left me and went to a barbecue festival. I don't want you to think that I got to go. Anyhow, just wanted to throw it out there.
Yes, I have so many Brians in the world.
Okay, so
my Brian and I went to a barbecue festival in Beaufort. And we're walking around smelling all the amazing barbecue that these people are competing with. And he's in the market for a smoker. And not a cigarette smoker or anything like that.
Got it.
Yeah, had to clarify. So he wants a meat smoker. And he's been researching. He's very into like watching all the videos about all the products. And so he's like, I see some people I want to talk to about theirs. Okay. So we go over there and I'm figuring out what we're going to be talking about. And he starts talking to the guy about this particular brand. I don't even remember. There's so many out there. You can control this meat smoker from your phone. So if you are in Florida and you are headed back and somehow you got a piece of meat in your smoker, you can turn it on when you're in Florida and head back to Georgia and have it ready when you get home. Or if you're at work, you can check the temperature, see how it's doing. It even has those USB ports apparently, so while you're out there, if you need to charge your phone while you're standing around this smoker, you plug your phone up.
So you want to know what is the most amazing technological advance that you've lived through that's just really amazing to you?
Yes, because if you think about it, so I talk to a lot of World War II generation folks. Think about their changes that they've seen from, you know, the beginnings of telephone to...
I'm going to tell you something. You got me there because I watch movies, and I wonder how kids today... I mean, there's a phrase you really want to start with. Kids today.
Kids.
I wonder how...
That may be a sign that we're getting a little older.
Okay, I wonder how kids today, when they watch a movie, actually understand, like, what a phone booth is.
Probably not.
And actually understand when an operator comes on.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Things
and
like
party
that.
lines.
But, I mean, just going there, like, what's a phone booth, okay? What is an operator? Who is, what, you know? So, but there's things like that why I say, when kids watch stuff, how do they?
Sure. Well, and that brings in another point. How many of you have been affected? Maybe your career was affected by technology because operators don't really exist anymore. So there's a whole employment field that's kind of been wiped out. No need for operators anymore that sit there and know all the town's gossip. And
we're sitting here where there's 65-inch TVs, and you can actually move them by yourself. And I remember when you used to have to, if you wanted to move your TV from the living room to the den, you had to call a friend to come over and help you move the TV.
At least two.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And the fireplace thing that's not really a fireplace, but it's like fake looking.
One of the greatest technological changes that has taken place in your life so you want to do something on that?
I do.
Okay, we're going to
do.
make that happen. It might be Monday. We're going to make that happen. We're going to throw it out there, and we're going to talk about it next week and on. Because don't get me started. Because I'll just tell you, I think it's amazing that thermostats. You know, I think it's amazing that you can actually put cameras on your front door and be anywhere in the world and look at them. Okay, so I don't think look at another industry. We got to go. We'll close with this. Look at another. Who has a road map anymore? Now, I have an atlas.
I can't even read them.
I have an atlas. I haven't. Do you know what an atlas is?
I do.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to put it like that. But I mean, if I was saying to some people, "Do you have your atlas?" No. But when I was a kid, we'll close with this. You owned an atlas.
Sure, it stayed in the glove box.
You have an atlas. But I remember because I used to get it out and I used to love to look at the maps. Okay. Not on Google Map. I'd love to look at the maps, but there's a whole business that's...
And people don't know how to read them.
They don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go to the map guide, I keep saying close. So you go get the map, and on the back, every town and everything's listed, and it might say E1, Johnsonville. And you turn the map over and you go to the top, E, you come down, and when E1 crosses, you find Johnsonville. Did you know that?
I did.
You did?
I'm still old enough.
You knew that?
Yes.
I thought I had a closer. I thought I did, but that's okay.
My problem is which way we're actually going. Like, I think we're supposed to go this way.
Oh, it's called that north, south, east, west thing?
Yes.
Oh, you have it.
I am so
that north, south, east, west thing gets you?
That compass thing.
Yeah, that's there. Jessi Barton, Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall. And you can get, this is our segment called North Georgia Senior Living. You go to our YouTube channel, FYN TV, Fetch Your News, and look at the playlist, North Georgia Senior Living. They're all under there. You can watch this again, share it with all your friends, and tell them how to get in touch with you.
You can call me at Cameron Hall at 706-515-4100.
Folks, we're done for the day. Thank you very much. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, Saturday, in Ellijay, St. Patrick's Day. You take your pets for the parade. That's in Ellijay. This afternoon at 4:30 is the ribbon cutting for the Gilmer County Chamber of Commerce Downtown Welcome Center. Did I get all that right?
I will be there.
Yes. So will I. And tomorrow morning in downtown Blue Ridge, the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Come see all the pets from the Humane Society. There you go. We're out. We'll see you Monday morning, 8 a.m.